Hey friends, welcome to another video. So this one is all about pumpkins. We're kind of getting into spooky season for Halloween, so hopefully this video is up in time. I'm pretty sure it will be. But yeah, we're going to be making some of these pumpkins that are behind me. So I'll grab this one. It's one of my favorites. So I'm actually coming from the future. I forgot to film the intro, so you get a little sneak peek of how they're going to look. So these are all wheel thrown and are meant for a tea light to put underneath or an incense cone, so they have an open top where the stalk is, so the incense can kind of come out the top, and I think that's going to look really cool and spooky for Halloween. So yeah, I'm going to take you through the process of making those. So the next clip will be me throwing them, so I'll take you through throwing, trimming, glazing, and then unloading them all at the end. So these are a few ones that I made earlier to test, but I've got a few in this video I'm making kind of the rest of them, so you kind of see how all the glazes look at the end. I particularly love this one as well. I kind of wanted to make like a butternut squash, so this one's more yellow. And as always, if you want to know any of the glazes, I will leave them, just ask me and I can leave them linked down below. So yeah, now this will switch to me throwing them. So this is about 800 grams of flex stoneware clay for making my pumpkins. So yeah, I've mentioned this before, but I just use these Hartley and Noble bats to throw on. Make sure the clay's in the middle. Just making sure it's really well attached. Start the wheel, thread the clay. So first just center the clay, using my left hand to push it forward. Then coating the clay up. And then when I'm at the bottom, so I'm at the bottom now, I'm going to start to pull that out, so pulling towards me. And I just use the wooden knife to clean up that inside edge, just to make sure that has a nice edge on the bottom. And then I just pull the walls up as normal, fingertips on the inside. I have my index finger and the knuckly part on the outside, and I'm just going to pull the walls up. Okay, so now I'm going to start shaping. Just making sure that inside bit is still nice and clean at the bottom. So I'm going to bring the the middle section out so it looks a bit more pumpkin-y. I don't want to bring the top out anymore because I'm going to bring this in to form the stalk and the kind of the chimney for the house. And start to bring that in. Something like that. And then now I'm going to just get the shape of the pumpkin part. So I'm just going to cut in at the bottom this tool, pointed tool, angling it up a bit just to finish off that base. So I'm not going to trim the bottom because it's hollow, so I just want that to look really nice. little bit uneven, but I think that kind of looks nice anyway. Maybe I'll make
When have
these
you ever
a
seen
little
an
bit.
even pumpkin?
Huh?
When have you ever seen an even pumpkin?
Exactly. So I sponge this later, but just to get that shape of those segments. Cute. And then what I'm going to try to do is push this down. Kind of try to do it, yeah. A little bit unevenly so that stalk goes a little bit, yeah. Still want to do this bit as well though. Something like that, little collapsed pumpkin. Just trying to make it look a little bit more uneven. Yeah, there you go. So my pumpkins are drying out and I'm going to be cutting out the doors and windows today. So these are the 3 I'm working on, and I'll just show you some that I made earlier actually. These are all glazed ready for the kiln, so I'll also show you these ones when they're out. So I've got kind of more of a butternut squash, classic pumpkin, and then I've got like a fatter pumpkin somewhere else. Oh yeah, hiding behind there. That's a kind of a fatter shape, so similar to this one on the end. Similar to this guy. So yeah, I'll show you me just cutting the windows and doors out as well. So I'll start off with this one. I quite like using these scalpel tools just to cut the windows and doors out. So I think I'm gonna have one window and one door, and I just kind of want to decide which face to have it on. I'm kind of looking at the chimney and how I want that to kind of orientate when I'm looking at it. I think that kind of orientation looks quite nice, where it's like just you can see it's a bit slanted. So just using that scalpel to push through, and then I always curve the top, then bring it down again. That's the door done. And I also just, once it's out, then I just kind of clean up the edges, which is a little bit easier when you're not actually cutting the clay out, just to make sure the shape is exactly how I like. So these scalpels I quite like because you just stick them all the way in to make a square on the 4 sides of the window. It means you can cut out a square that's more or less the same size and shape for all the 4 panes of the window. Just making sure the cross in between the panes doesn't get too thin, because that's a place where there's a risk of it cracking. And that's it. Just getting a sponge. Just got this kind of angled sponge that I'm just going to use to smooth up all of the edges. Kind of getting the point in each of the windows. And now I just want to make the kind of lip of the door, the doorstep, so I'm just going to push down and bring that clay out a little bit. Yeah, something like that. Cute. I'm actually just going to leave the rest of him without windows and doors. I quite like it if it's just on the front. So yeah, the front's gonna look a little bit like that. It looks a little bit skew-iff, but I think that kind of adds to the effect. So yeah, I'm gonna get on and do the others, and I'll show you me glazing them. So it's glazing day, and I have some of those pumpkins to glaze. I've just waxed the bottoms off, so I'm doing a load, but yeah, these are the ones I was making earlier. So they've gone through a bisque firing. They're going to sit on these little dishes like that, so you can pop an incense or a tea light inside. And then the same for this guy. And then this one as well. And I also made some porcelain ones, so I'm just going to leave these guys white. A little mini one. And then this one as well. Yeah, so I'm going to do a mix of glazes. So this one and this one is going to go on one, and then I'm going to do this one and a blue I think I'm going to do as well. So I'm going to do this combination, so the white and the sunset as well. And I also made a few pumpkin mugs, which I'm really excited about. Yeah, and then, oh yeah, these are just some of a couple of porcelain cottages I made as well. So sunflowers and dahlias. So yeah, I'm gonna get ahead and glaze all these. Let me know if you want the recipes of any of the glazes I just showed. But yeah, I'm gonna dip the bottom in one glaze, top in one glaze, and then I can just like quite easily sponge the bottom using like one of those big car washing kind of sponges. Okay, so I'm glazing this little pumper. I've got a bit of glaze on it already. Whenever you're painting on glazes, I always find the fan brushes are my favourite to use. I feel like the coverage you get from the fan brush is quite good. It's like more of an even layer. And then some in the top, in the chimney. Then I'm probably gonna do inside a little bit as well, just because these are for incense, so it's nice to have it glazed on the inside where the smoke goes up. I'll just do a very thin layer inside. There we go. And now I'm going to dip it in that Aribe style glaze. So this one I can dip, I'm just going to mix it up. Hopefully this is dry, yeah, so this is dry enough to pick up now. Just thinking it might be nice to have just a little bit of variation. It's quite nice when this glaze layers over the Aribe, so I'm just going to bring it down in some areas. Kind of goes like a kind of nice browny green. Just do a thin layer where it's going to overlap, so hopefully it doesn't drip too much down. And this one is just a quick-ish dip, something like that. And then I find the easiest way to clean the bottoms is using one of these like car washing sponges and just bringing that along the base. Yeah, and then it just cleans up that base for you. Okay, I'm just going to get on and do the rest, and I'll show you them probably once they're coming out of the kiln. So I just wanted to film all of the pumpkins that are out of the kiln. I've actually taken them all into the study, so I forgot to film them when I was unloading, but you can kind of get an overview here. So I'll just go through them all. And yeah, so this is a sunset and a cobalt glaze. And I've just got some more autumnal colours. So this is where I sanded it. It has a bit of bits, like a bit on the surface there. This came out really nice. It's like a bit of a jade glaze on the top. It kind of really runs in that bit really nicely. Butternut squash, I might have shown these ones possibly. And then these are, so yeah, I showed making these, but these are just some other pumpkin designs I had in mind. So this is just going to be a butter dish. So instead of having the chimney, I closed the top and added this little stalk by pulling, kind of like pulling a handle, and then I twisted it. So this is now a butter dish, which I think is so cute. And this is a pink that I've kind of mixed with that more kind of ochre colour, which I think looks really nice. And yeah, maybe I'll just show you just some other bits. I have some vases here, and then these are all of the cottages that I might have shown already in one of my kiln opening videos. And then these ones are new, little pumpkin, oh no, these are mushroom wax melters, so I'll just take one down. So I cut out all of these holes, and the idea is that you put your wax melt or essential oil in this top part, and then you can place this on top. Oops. And you can still kind of have the scent diffuse with like the top on, so he looks like a cute little mushroom. And then there's just some other colours up there. And then any more pumpkins? Yeah, so these were some porcelain ones. I love this guy, he's so fat, so I'm a bit worried he's a bit too short, so I'm gonna test how he behaves with an incense cone in there. So I think it still should be enough air for an incense cone. And then these are just a little jar out of porcelain, and then just some more incense burners. And I think I possibly showed these as well, so these are similar concept to these ones. I threw these with the bottom open, similar to the incense pumpkins, but this one has the bottom closed so that it can behave as a jar. So I just cut out that top part to form the lid, and again I did the same with the stalk, yeah, on there. So yeah, that's pretty much it, and I think I've already shown the mugs as well. This one came out the kiln today, which I really like. Very pretty. So yeah, I hope you liked this video, and I'm not sure what's coming up next. I'm planning for Christmas, so there's going to be a lot of Christmassy bits. So yeah, I have some, that's it, I have some porcelain Christmas cottages and possibly some Koronuki ones, and the theme actually for the next kiln opening, which will be the Christmas collection, is all like celestial themed stuff. So there's going to be lots of luster and metallic elements and stars and moons and all that good stuff. So I'm really excited to start brainstorming that for the next collection, so you'll see that soon. That's probably going to be the next video actually. So yeah, if you have any ideas that are any celestial themed stuff, I'd love to hear them down below. And if you had any questions or wanted to know any of the glazes or any of the processes with making these pumpkins, I'm happy to answer your questions. And yeah, I hope you have fun making some pumpkins of your own. Okay, bye!